All right, welcome to Journey of an 8-string guitar. This is my third week. Let my amp kind of come on here. Oh, that's not where I wanted. Okay, so just playing around with it. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Just noodling around, right? You can grab the floppy pick just to see what it sounds like with the floppy pick. The coil tap on this is pretty good. So, does the 8-string guitar replace the 6-string guitar? Short of the answer is no, it does not. It never will. As amazing as the 8-string is, I knew this going into it anyway. But no, it does not replace the 6-string for mainly a few short little reasons. Number one is the scale length. That's right to the point right there, is the scale length. The scale length on this, what I've noticed with doing some recording, and I didn't buy this as a lead guitar. Can you play leads on it? Absolutely, you can play leads on it. You can shred on this thing pretty good. I mean, it's pretty, you know, it's shred friendly, you know, but it does not have the same aggression attack as the shorter scale length guitars do. So that's the first thing I noticed, but I expected that with the longer scale length because I noticed it between 24 3/4 Gibson scale and 25 1/2 in Fender scale. I tend to prefer, for solos, I tend to prefer the shorter scale length because they're so aggressive, tighter sounding, right? It depends what you're really looking for. Like the more, like the blues guys might like the 25 1/2 a little more because it's a lot more twangy, you know. Typically if you're talking like a Stratocaster or something like that. But if you're talking like metal guitars, like on the Flying V that camera's sitting on right now, my Jackson Flying V, that's a 25 1/2 scale. And it sounds a little brighter, a little more, even though it's a cheaper guitar, it sounds a little more brighter, it sounds a little more aggressive on the solos than it does, than this thing does. But the thing about this is when you do, the notes are really thick on this because of the scale, right? So that's one thing you get out of it, is thick notes because of the long scale. So that means when you're playing really pounding rhythms, you get nice heavy, you know, that, you know, nice big ringing notes, right? Whatever. But you get these really big, thick notes, which is great, but sometimes they lack the liveliness. So these guitars I find make better rhythm guitars than lead guitars, but that's the trade-off, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't shred on this, and there isn't guys that are doing incredible things with it. What I'm saying is, if the guy that's doing the solo on whatever he's doing there, or the whatever, it's just going to sound a little bit more aggressive on those shorter scale lengths than it is on that. It's like that much difference, right? To pick it out. So for rhythm guitar, yeah, this is going to be, I think this is going to be an awesome rhythm guitar. So far, it's just getting the sound dialed in on my effects here and all that. I haven't got that all dialed in yet. But once I do, I think I'm going to get some really, really killer tones out of this thing. The other thing is the ease of, like, say when you're doing like arpeggios or something like that on a 6-string neck, it's a lot easier. But the thing is, doing it on this, you get a lot more dynamic and range in that sense. But you get more attack on the shorter scale lengths. So that's probably the main reason why I don't think the 8-string will ever truly overtake the 6-string. I just don't think it will. It's a total different animal. And I'm not bashing the 8-string by any sense. I do not regret my purchase whatsoever, except for this thing, it's really heavy. You have to flex your biceps to lift it. It's got to be a 13-pound guitar. I don't know what it weighs, but it is pretty heavy. It's significantly heavier than my other guitars. But it's all mahogany neck, mahogany back, the whole thing, right? And it's very cool that way. But yeah, so I think where the magic for this guitar is going to be is in the drop tunings and stuff like that. I think that's where you're really going to hear the outrageous stuff. In standard tuning, it's okay. It's chunky, and that's what you want out of it, right? Is that chunkiness for the rhythm. So when you want that punchy E string, or that's A, sorry. Yeah, sorry, no, that was E string. Remember, I'm only 3 weeks on this thing. So it's got all that punchiness and all that low end. So that's where this shines. But there is a lot of stuff you can do with this that you cannot even think about doing with a 6-string. So it is an incredible instrument. But no, it will not, as incredible as they are, and the discovery of it is going to be even more fun. As incredible as they are, I don't think they're ever going to replace the 6-string. Just because they're two different animals. That said, this guitar, I love it. I can't put it down. Who shouldn't buy an 8-string? There we go. That's the next video.